Ladies' Mantle is what we're going to be talking about today. It's the herb of the day, and it's been used for centuries in European folk medicine, especially for women's reproductive health, wound healing, and digestive support. It's got tannins, which tighten tissues, reduce bleeding, and support wound healing, flavonoids, which are antioxidants that support cellular health, and salicylic acid, or salicylic acid. It's a mild inflammatory and pain relieving effects from that. And polyphenols contribute to antioxidant and anti-inflammatory action. And then for women's health, which Ladies' Mantle, you got to figure it's going to deal with women's health. It regulates menstrual cycles and reduces heavy or irregular bleeding, alleviates menstrual cramps and spotting between periods, supports menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, and may help with infertility, vaginal discharge, and prolapse conditions. So for the wound healing and skin healing, it stops bleeding and promotes tissue repair, used for cuts, burns, and infected wounds. Reduces inflammation and itching, applied for cellulitis, and insect bites and stretch marks. Supports skin elasticity and prevents cracking. And I guess probably a cream or poultice, you could make that into a salve, cream, or even a poultice would help on this wound and skin healings. And now digestive health, it treats diarrhea and loose stools due to its astringent action. It may help with stomach cramping and mild gastrointestinal irritation. And other uses are the diuretic effects that it has, may help with edema, and vasorelaxant properties, may support blood pressure regulation. And in traditional Chinese medicine, it tonifies kidney, spleen, liver, and stops bleeding and promotes new tissue growth. So your preparation, how you would use it, for infusion for menstrual disorders, you take about half a teaspoon of dried herb in 32 ounces or a quart of boiling water, 2 to 3 cups daily. An infusion for diarrhea, that you would drink in a tea, you would say infusion, but it's a tea. And then for diarrhea, 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried herb in 32 ounces, your quart size of boiling water, 2 to 3 cups daily. So you can pre-make that, ahead, put it in a quart jar, and, have it for that day. You could probably even drink it cold, heat it in the microwave if you wanted to. I would put it in the refrigerator, just so that I'd put everything in the refrigerator. So now your tincture, when you make a tincture from this, 20 drops in water, that's 1 dropper full 3 times a day. So you can make a tincture out of this too. Just go back to that tincture video that I did several videos ago, and you can see how to make that, because it's really not hard. It's time consuming, because it's going to take about 5 to 8 weeks to do. So if you need something right away, do a tea, but if you want to pre-plan stuff, do the tincture. Topical use, leaf decoction for compresses, or sitz baths for vaginal discharge. A sitz bath is a warm, shallow bath used to relieve pain, itching, and discomfort in the perineal area. And it promotes healing and soothing and irritation. So just a little shallow bath with this in there. And you can put that into you can boil the water and put the water in there, or you can put it in pantyhose, old pair of pantyhose, something like that. Anything to keep it from you having this all over your tub. That's the last thing you really want, is for a bunch of herbs to accumulate all around your tub. And safety and cautions. Generally safe for adults in moderate use. Avoid during pregnancy and breastfeeding due to limited safety data. It may affect blood clotting. Caution if on aspirin or the anticoagulants. And then excessive use can cause gastrointestinal discomfort. And also always consult a healthcare provider before use, especially if pregnant, breastfeeding, or on any medications. Really make sure that it will be fine for the medications that you're on. Now for the magical properties of Lady's Mantle. It's a sacred herb associated with feminine energy, protection, emotional healing, and magical amplification. Spiritual and magical significance. And Lady's Mantle is deeply connected with the divine feminine and the element of water, symbolizing intuition, fertility, and emotional balance. Its cupped leaves, which collect dew, were historically believed to hold magical properties, amplifying spells and rituals. The plant is often used in moon rituals, goddess magic, and fertility rites, honoring the feminine power and nurturing energies. Protective and healing properties. Traditionally, Lady's Mantle has been considered a protective herb, especially for women. It's used to safeguard women during childbirth and to support reproductive health and magical practices. And it acts as a cloak of protection, providing comfort, emotional healing, and resilience during times of grief and heartbreak. Its astringent qualities also symbolize a literal and spiritual mantle of healing. How to use this, and whenever you're doing it: feminine and goddess magic, place on your altar, or in offerings to honor the goddess or goddesses and feminine energy. Glamour and beauty. Dew or tea from the leaves can be used in ritual baths or facial washes to enhance radiance and confidence. So that's you can even put, these are leaves, so you could even soak a little bit in water and then just use the water on that to wash your face. If you happen to have a Lady's Mantle plant and the leaf has collected dew, you use that. Emotional healing, incorporated in spells or baths to soothe grief, mend broken hearts, and strengthen self-love. So you would do a bath in this for that. Love spells. Flowers can be used in rituals to attract love or enhance romantic intentions. Symbolism. Lady's Mantle embodies resilience, adaptability, and new beginnings. Its pale-green leaves symbolize balance, healing, and harmony, while its yellow-green flowers represents joy and positivity. The plant's association with alchemy and dew collection also links it to transformation and magical amplification, which means that helps to amplify what spells that you might be doing in the manifestations of the spells that you are doing. to have the dew or the water, like we talked about before. If you use the dried, just soak in water, use the water on your altar for that. So the practical applications: brew the dried leaves for your ritual bath. Brew the dried leaves for a calming, protective bath. Teas or infusions used to honor feminine energy and gentle emotional support. Altars and offerings placed on sacred spaces to enhance magical workings. And personal talismans. Carrying or wearing the herb can provide subtle protection and emotional grounding. So you could put this in a little mojo bag or something too. Ladies' Mantle is celebrated as a gentle yet powerful magical herb, nurturing both body and spirit while enhancing feminine energy, protection, and emotional well-being. And that is it for Ladies' Mantle. And next, I believe, is Lemon Balm.